Doctor, I really wouldn't worry about it. A man as busy as you are is bound to be a bit forgetful at times.
It's one thing to misplace your hat or forget an item at the grocery store. But to slip up on something as important as the security at a lab, that's unforgivable. The consequences could have been disastrous.
Yes, they could have been, but fortunately they weren't.
Well, I'm going to make certain that it doesn't happen again. As you know, I've never wanted a guard around. But now...
Morning.
Hello, Natalie.
You're looking wonderful, Doctor.
Thank you. Thank you, Miss Dearborn. I'm expecting to go home shortly.
Well, I'm sure you'll be glad to go back to work soon. Which is more than we can say for our newlyweds here. I really am sorry you had to cut your honeymoon short.
Oh, really? I would think you'd be delighted to have Grant back. You always seem to have so much work to do to get together. In fact, if I wasn't absolutely sure it was medical business, I'd have to be terribly jealous.
Celia, really?
No, that's all right, Grant. Celia, it's just the nature of your husband's and my specialties that we have to work closely together.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, Grant, I do need to talk to you about that Durham therapy, so when you have a minute, could you stop in and see me in my office, please?
No problem. I'll make sure I don't leave the hospital without checking in first.
Thank you. And you take it easy and don't try to do too much too soon. We don't want to see you here ever again.
You won't.
Okay. And Celia, your husband really is a very dedicated professional. And I know it's hard being separated from him so often, but it's really for the best of causes.
You're not really jealous of Natalie, are you?
No, Grant, not in the way you mean. I don't worry that you're going to leave me for her, but she certainly does take up an awful lot of your time.
No, my work takes up my time. Miss Dearborn is nothing but a business associate. You knew what it was going to be like when you married a doctor.
Well, maybe I should become a nurse. At least that way I could keep an eye on you.
My dear, if Grant's eye starts to wander, it'll be to an attractive X-ray or a particularly revealing microscope.
Thank you, Doctor.
I'm afraid there's no way to combat that. Ask one who knows.
Here we are, Dr. Gerald.
Ah.
Your discharge papers and your transportation downstairs.
The papers I'll accept gladly, but I don't need a wheelchair.
Hospital regulations.
That's right. Now, you enjoy it while you can.
All right.
Celia, why don't you see Dr. Gerald down to the basement exit? It's a more direct route to the parking lot anyway. I'll meet you at the car.
Oh, well, don't you want to go with that?
My dear, I don't think it's possible that he's going to go off chasing some other woman in the time it takes us to get to the parking lot.
No, he doesn't have the time to spend with another woman. I'm afraid Natalie takes up all he has.
That is just work.
Just?
You're very special to Grant. I've seen the way he looks at you. It's very obvious that you mean everything in the world to him. I'd stake my life on it.